Unleash your inner artist. When thinking of art and what art means to a person, it can have many different meanings. There are the obvious artists such as Picasso, Warhol, and Michelangelo. These are all people that have created masterpieces and are taught to us from a young age. As we grow older, we appreciate the works that we learned about in grade and high school, but we begin to realize our other passions and find art in them. For me, a passion of mine is makeup. I spend endless hours watching makeup videos, looking at different looks online, and even attempting to create some of my own looks. One of the reasons I think makeup is such a great form of art is because it is an enhancement of someone's already natural beauty. One makeup artist that has not only influenced me, but has also been one of the biggest influences in modern-day makeup is James Charles. He has created out-of-the-box looks that have changed the makeup world forever. He has created his own makeup palette and is constantly putting content on YouTube to educate and teach people how to perfect their makeup skills. James Charles is 19 years old and was born in Bethlehem, New York. He first started doing makeup at the age of 17 and fell in love with it. He was CoverGirl's first ever male spokesman, and this is where his career as a makeup artist took off. Shortly after his start with CoverGirl, he gained a lot of fame and a huge following on YouTube, where he began creating content and looks that were not the most conventional. 2018 was his most successful year. He started the year off with roughly 2.6 million followers, which in a year's time increased to over 12.6 million followers and is currently at 15 million followers on YouTube. He has been immensely successful as a social media star. Elena Byers, founder of cosmetic brand B Coyote, the headline sponsor for James Charles' Australian tour, says it's because he is charismatic, ridiculously talented, and not just in makeup, extremely hardworking, and he appreciates his millions of fans. Watching him backstage, as well as in the meet and greets, you could see a genuine love for every single person. That's what makes the difference. Fans can very quickly see his authenticity, and that, mixed with his unbelievable talent, is what makes him truly influential and a force to be reckoned with. Between his personality, skill set as a makeup artist, and hard work and driven attitude, it is no surprise that he has had a great influence on the makeup community. James says that he gets his ideas and inspirations from all different aspects of his life, but the majority of his looks come to him in his day-to-day life. For the look to the right, he said he was inspired by the beautiful colors that he saw in a photo of the Northern Lights. He knew he could blend the colors together and create the most realistic version of the Northern Lights possible with a few brushes and a good cool tone palette. He tends to use a lot of vibrant colors and dynamic designs when creating looks, which is something that you did not see in the makeup community until more recently. James has also created many looks that have been inspired by different movements and groups. For example, he has created multiple looks in support of the LGBT community. He has also said that his followers and other people in the makeup field inspire him as well when creating looks. He recently created a look that is inspired from Ariana Grande's music video for her song God is a Woman. In creating this look, he explained how big of an impact women have had on him and said that in creating this look, he is celebrating women. But what seems to be his biggest inspiration is his fans and wanting to inspire them to be out of the box. He said that the fans are the only reason I do this job. He shrugs. As much as I love makeup and the creativity behind this, the internet can be a horrible place, and sometimes with so much negativity and hate, it's hard. Sometimes the only things that keep me going is knowing I can help inspire young kids to be themselves, that they're waiting for me to put out awesome content for them. I love makeup, but I'd probably be doing it in my apartment if it weren't for this community. So it's a two-way street. He obviously cares deeply about his fans, and they have had a big impact on the way in which he creates his art, which is one of the reasons he has had such an immense following and support. I would say his creative approach is to think outside of the box while making it something that can be used as inspiration for his fans. It is obvious that his approach seems to be working as he becomes more and more influential in the makeup community. The look that I decided to look more in depth at is one of his most famous looks. He created this look on November 6, 2018 and called it Unleash Your Inner Artist, which I thought would be a perfect look to examine for this paper. He created this look using his own palette that he had recently launched at the time. The slogan for not only this look, but also the palette, was Unleash Your Inner Artist. James wanted to inspire his fans to take his palette to the next level when creating looks by encouraging them to use vibrant colors and unique designs. He started off by doing a rainbow cut crease on his eyes, which is something he is known to do in support of the LGBT community and his love for colors. He said he was inspired by all his fans and wanted to show that they could create art with his palette. He painted his face white to look as if it was a canvas because he sees makeup as a form of art and thinks it should be used as any other artistic material. I was unable to find any credible critiques of his artistic approach, and I think this is in part because either you accept his artistic abilities and respect his out-of-the-box approach, or you have a negative view on men creating art with makeup. He has been criticized for other aspects of his brand, but never the actual looks. Some of the criticism has come with people not liking his palette or not liking him as a person, since he does have his life broadcasted all over social media. NikkieTutorials, another famous makeup artist on YouTube with roughly 11 million followers, commented on James's palette, saying she couldn't stop herself from gushing over the palette itself. The main point she made was that the wide variety of shades within the palette will allow anyone who owns it to create multiple different looks that will work in most any occasion. At the end of the day, makeup is such a personal thing and something that is not necessarily judged on a broad spectrum and a much more individual experience, so either you like his style or you do not understand it. Either way, James Charles is going to continue creating looks that inspire makeup lovers. James Charles is more than a teenage boy creating makeup looks on YouTube. He has completely changed the makeup industry and has created a living doing what he loves. He inspires people every day to create, and to me, that is what a good artist does. By being himself and embracing his interests and passions, he has created some phenomenal looks that will go down in history as a revolutionary in the makeup community.